Good morning, everyone. I'm Nick Slavic. I'm the proprietor of the Nick Slavic Painting and Restoration Company, and you are watching Ask a Painter live on Facebook. Normally, I do this Saturday morning, 9 a.m. We go over a topic. I answer some of your questions live from the internet. Today, I am from the field. It's Friday. I will be out hunting and gathering fish for my family tomorrow in the morning, so I will be missing the Ask a Painter live segment. So I'm doing this preemptively, and I will post this again Saturday morning. I'm here on a 130-year-old stucco restoration project that we're doing. You can see in the background that my crew is toiling away at the rest of the accessory sheds here. We got one shed being prepped, one shed being primed. I thought today I would check in and just go over some stucco issues with you guys and the basics of coating stucco. So behind me here we have a probably late 1880s farmhouse. I am guessing that this is most likely an original brick structure. Some of the items on here, the trim has been clad. I assume that sooner or later somebody has covered this home with stucco. It could have been somewhere between 20 and 40 years later. The stucco is very, very old. It could be somewhere between, 70 and 100 years old. It had never been coated before. There were some large cracks. You can see underneath this window right here, there's some large cracks that have been fixed by a mason. I went through and fixed the rest of the cracks with a polyurethane concrete filler and smoothed them out. You can see on that ridge line up there on the roof, there's a big bump right about here. You can tell that's where an addition on this house is most likely added. It was probably about, this big, and then they added on that rest of the part after. So basically, there's a whole bunch of cracks that have been fixed on this house. The homeowners wanted to beautify it and make sure it's waterproof. So we cleaned it all up. We plasticed all the windows and trim, and we applied an elastomeric masonry product just for this. If you have the chance to do original stucco or stuff that has not been done before, make sure you use an elastomeric masonry coating. Stucco in Minnesota, at least where I'm from, has a lot of issues, not with the old stuff, but with the new stuff, with moisture issues. If you use a regular house paint, you could make an impermeable membrane that will actually trap moisture in and cause delamination and rot. This elastomeric breathable coating, all the major manufacturers have one. You'll just have to check it out there. All the major manufacturers have it. It goes on very, very thick. It's very rubbery, but it is breathable, and it's made specifically for concrete. So how we do it is, as long as the stucco is clean and dry and ready to go, everything has been patched, patches have been dried. We apply it with a roller and a brush, and I'll show you my kind of go-to roller here. This isn't your standard sort of house roller here. This is Wooster's offering, Superfab FTP. I normally like the Pro Doozy. They don't make one this big. This is 1.25 inches thick. As you can see, this is about the biggest standardly available roller cover you can get. This is the FTP, stands for today's paint. The Superfab, I don't use the Superfab inside. They tend to shed a little bit, but for outside, they keep their shape, especially with stucco. And one thing about stucco is people underestimate two things: the number of paint, the number of gallons of paint that's used on a restoration like this, and also the amount of physical shoulder and back muscle it takes to get in here. We use the Sherlock GT poles, we use the Wooster roller cages along with the FTPs, and we muscle it in there as hard as you can. And if you've ever done this for 10 hours, rolling all this stucco here, especially stuff that hasn't been coated, your back will let you know if you did a good job the next day. So simple process. I use a coating that's actually made for going on bare masonry. So it's a 2-coat process, goes on very thick. On a small house like this, you can go through many tens of gallons getting it on there. So once you seal it up though, the second coat goes very quickly, and me and the crew in about 1.25 days can finish a house like this, muscling it all on there and fixing all the cracks. So again, the thinking about the stucco is, you want to keep the water out, but you also want to let any residual moisture, and especially these old houses with bricks and stucco and all this other stuff, you got to let any moisture that's trapped inside breathe. So yeah, basically that's this hopefully will go another 130 years there. And like I said, this is a day early. Normally I do my Ask a Painter segments on a Saturday. I will repost this Saturday morning live, and you guys can send all your pictures, questions for me, things like that. If there's any other questions you guys have for me, let me know. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys tuning in here, and sorry that I didn't keep the schedule on Saturday, but I will be out trying to provide for my family as far as food goes, and hope you guys have a good weekend. If you do like this, please share it with your friends. That's the way this thing's going to grow. I have a podcast out. Tom Reber, the host of Strongpreneur Nation podcast, is on iTunes. If you look him up, he has a podcast about my business and the way I think about business. We don't specifically talk about coatings because this is more contractor to contractor. But if you want to pick my brain or see the way I think about business and my entrepreneurial thoughts, you can go in there. What else we got here? I do live training from the field for the PDCA, the Painting and Decorating Contractors of America. Every once in a while, PDCA is really good about updating that. So look for that if you're a member of PDCA, and I think it might actually be open to the public as well. All my Ask a Painter segments will be archived live on Facebook. All my Ask a Painter live segments will be archived on Facebook, so you can always check in there for any old past segments. And we're working on getting a YouTube channel. Well, I have my YouTube channel. I will post them on there, archive them, and then list the subjects of them. So if you're ever curious about what we've talked about in the past, or you have something you think is a common question, you can go on there and check those out and get those asked for you in real time. So other than that, I appreciate it, you guys, and we'll talk to you again.